Group 7 consisted of Jordan Tinkle, Christine Westling, Tracy Williams, and Melanie Young. We went to Meals from the Heartland. They package meals for delivery to starving people around the world, as right here in central Iowa and across the United States. Their mission statement is to empower people to save the starving. The vision of Meals from the Heartland is to alleviate life-threatening hunger, and they do this through education. They offer information and resources about issues of hunger to every person and their role within that. They try to engage people by providing year-round resources and heart-changing service opportunities of all ages. They take ages 4 and up, and they do this also by feeding. So they work with various partners to provide these meals and distribute them around the world. Donations are their key to success. I looked on their website yesterday, and cash donations so far have come in around $1,200, but they also get a lot of merchandising donations, transportation and shipping donations, and then time and labor donations. So donations really are the key to success for this business.
There are multiple ways to donate. One of the donated time is purchasing some of their merchandise. They have T-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts. They also have headbands. When you go, you have to wear a hairnet in their hair. They have like a long-term hairnet with a headband on it that says Hunger Fighter. They also have various other items that you can purchase. All of those items are donated directly to Meals from the Heartland, so all the profits and revenue from those go directly back into feeding and packaging for more meals. Each packaging event, you fill a bag, and each bag feeds approximately 6 meals, depending upon your portion size. Each bag includes rice, soy, dried veggies, protein, and a flavor packet. The veggies are all freeze-dried. Everything's packaged into one little container. They just have to open it up, follow the directions on the back, and add in the flavoring at the end. There are various ways of setting up the tables for food packaging events. Each table can hold approximately 7 to 10 people depending upon how they're set up. A lot of times if they have kids or youth groups, they'll do a packaging center for 10, so that way each kid basically has one responsibility, whereas if they're dealing with adults, they'll do what they call turbo mode, and there's less people at a table. Each person usually has 2 different roles. You start at the end with some big, they just look like Rubbermaid tubs, and you have cups in there. You fill those in the bag first. They put in the flavor packet. The people towards the end make sure that everything weighs out correctly. And then at the very last part, they seal the tops of the bags with heat sealers, and then they place them a grid at the end of the line, 36 at a time, and then they place them in boxes and seal the boxes, and they're done.
There's a lot of work that goes into having a successful packing event. Here are some pictures of just all the products that we use. Before an event, bags need to be pre-labeled and tables are set up. And then during an event, there are volunteers that help fill the tubs that you saw in the earlier slide, and people volunteer to teach everyone how the best way to kind of make the assembly line work. And then after an event, the tables need cleared, and then there are a lot of dishes that need washed as well. And so volunteers can help out with all of those things. On average, 4,000 meals can be packaged at one single event. So in just like 2 to 2.5 hours, 4,000 meals can be packaged for starving people across the world. Um, we as a team went and packaged together, and it was a lot of fun. We met some interesting people, which I feel like that happens at every packaging event. You get to know the people at your table really well, and it's a lot of fun.
So Convoy of Hope out of Springfield, Missouri is pretty much their main source for transporting boxes of meals, the meals that have been packaged at the packaging events. Um, I was talking to Brad, and he actually said that they pretty much do whatever the transportation wants them to do because that's actually free. And the trucks usually transport the supplies and meals every 1 to 2 weeks. They also do mobile events, but they prefer that the requesting organization cover the cost of all the materials. If you go to their website, mealsfromtheheartland.org, and you click on their calendar, their volunteer calendar, you can sign up for a packaging event, or if you have a little more experience, you can sign up for the leader events, which is just helping train people how to package events and just kind of help coordinate the events. We worked with Sandy Nealand, so you can contact, that's her contact information. Do you guys want to add anything more to the volunteer?
You can also, depending upon the size of your group, if there's a lot of organizations that will donate back a certain amount of money just as a cash donation. In return, that specific organization or company wants their employees to be able to have their own private packaging event. Those are sometimes located at Meals from the Heartland, and other times they can do the mobile events. One of that they were telling me about, that the company donated a significant sum of money, and in return they wanted to be able to package, I believe it was for 4 hours, but they also needed somewhere to have dinner. So what they did was they actually took the back part of the warehouse and moved some boxes to the side. The company rented all the tables, had all the food catered, and their employees could sit and have dinner and rotate in and out while they were packaging. And in return, that company wanted to be sure that they were able to package a certain number of meals. So as long as that number was met, then all of the donation was processed as well. And then I've also talked to a couple people there that are the, quote, pack leaders, who are in charge and kind of help coordinate during the actual packaging event. And they said that if you try and sign up online through the volunteer calendar and it says it's full, you can also contact Sandy, because they cut it off at 60 people, because depending upon how many people they have for pack leaders that night, it can be quite cumbersome and difficult to coordinate everyone.
Right.
However, if you contact Sandy and she knows that there's extra pack leaders or more people that could be in charge for the night, then oftentimes they'll let you come. They never turn away work or volunteers. There's been multiple times that I was there that people kind of showed up unannounced, and they were more than happy to find things for you to do. I think we all labeled bags for a little while at some point. There's always dishes to be done. Simple things, even just cleaning up the tables, wiping them down, sweeping up the floors. I know the flavor packets are another thing that I had talked to a volunteer about out there, and it's, if they get dropped on the floor, they can reuse the packets. If any other food gets dropped on the floor, it obviously goes in the trash. But in order to reuse the packets, they all get set aside, and one person has to take and individually wipe down the front and let them sit out in the open air and dry. Once they're completely dry, then you have to clean the backside and let them sit and air dry. So it's a pretty labor-intensive process. So they always are looking for people to do that as well.
Well, and I thought it was a very rewarding experience and volunteering, and I think it'd be awesome if Mercy College at some point, whether it be the Student Senate, get together a mobile event or a packing event, because I think it'd be a really good opportunity for the college.
I agree. The more people that you go with, it it could be a lot of fun. You spend a lot of time together. I saw a lot of Wells Fargo people there that they went as just a small group. Even I think there was like 10 or 12 of them, so there was a couple tables of them, and they all just had a blast. They were laughing, enjoying it. It's
Yeah,
pretty.
a lot of companies will, um, make an event out of it, and yeah, it would
And
be fun to do it at
They're
Mercy.
def they're definitely exciting events. They definitely try to get them really pumped up. When I was there, I was a pack leader, and there were tons of Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts there, and they were just having a blast. They like to have crayons and things like that, just in case the kids kind of get distracted or kind of tired of doing the same thing over, or they'll have them rotate around. I know
Mhm.
that when I was just recently there, they're getting very, very close to hitting 15 million meals.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Too. Another thing, because I was interested in possibly taking my daughter with me, and they were saying, because I was like, oh, I don't know if her attention span would last 2 full hours for packaging. And another neat thing that they do, since a lot of these meals do go overseas, they will have the kids there um, color boxes.
Right.
So
I
when
saw
people
that
get
too.
the boxes, they're all colored. Or the packaging event where the company was there and had dinner, they kind of look like beach balls, but they were a globe, and they were just blow up balls, and they had a lot of extras of those. So they actually were sticking them in the boxes. So the family that would get the box of the packaged meals also would get like a little present or prize in there.
Oh,
So there's a
neat.
lot of different neat little ways that, I mean, they're very open to ideas. They said, they've had some Girl Scouts, like when they've had too many people coming, that they would have the extra Girl Scouts that they would just color pictures in each box. Like their job would be to have a picture to put in each box that they packaged, so that way they all had a picture in them. So they will be more than happy to take volunteers of all ages.
And
Right.
they do such a good job getting everybody engaged, and they make it a competition. They make it fun. The main week that I was there was the high school's challenge, and it was high schoolers from all around the community, and they were kind of pitting themselves against each other to see who could pack the most meals. So that was kind of
Yep, and they always have music. It's
yeah.
not. When I first went, I envisioned something very different, but it's actually a very upbeat, outgoing.
Yeah,
It's
very
a
exciting.
fun
Very
thing.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and that was our trip to Meals from the Heartland.